Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Let's get to the market update. We got prices of Bitcoin currently at 22,900. We climbed all the way up to 23.5 just a few hours ago. And yesterday evening session, by the time the US markets closed, we were down to about $22,400. Pretty massive swing up and down over the last 24, 48 hours. But more or less, if you actually think about the market, this is what the market has been doing. Right, this and this and this. This is a bit of a excess or deviation down here, and then comes back into range. So really, that's the range right there. We've just been hovering in this particular area, and now the way I'm looking at this is, as long as we hold this low right here, this to me looks like a mini reaccumulation range, which could start, its markup. But there's a couple of impediments that we have, within price action or within macro perspective. So number one is, if you actually look at the non-pharma payroll report that just came out today, less than 30 minutes ago, you could see that the US created 528,000 jobs just last month. This is kind of an interesting area. So unemployment rate currently at 3.5% versus 3.6%, I think, last month. So wages are also up, month over month. The point is that, as you see more and more jobs being created and unemployment going down, this gives the Fed sort of a reason to basically continue tightening, because they're saying that, hey, we don't believe that the economy is going to go into a recession. We believe that the job market and the labor market is strong. And if that's the case, then they could keep hiking, and they could keep hiking interest rates and keep quantitatively tightening their monetary policy, which would mean effectively that stocks and crypto will have their upside capped. If you want to look at it another way, NFP positive reports would probably mean dollar and everything, the currencies would be going up, right? Whether you look at the euro, you look at the dollar today, strong job market with, the implication that the Fed may not tighten as much, or they will not stop hiking interest rates. All that means is, a tighter strength on the dollar, which would mean that possible decline on US equities, as you could see, as well as, crypto. So in this particular area, I personally think that, near term, this looks like a mini reaccumulation, and I think we may get a markup, but I don't really know how high we're going to go. I think, excuse that truck out there, we may get the upside capped back again around 24,000, 24,300 up here. Maybe if, US markets start to gravitate up higher, maybe, crypto markets also start to trend up higher. It's possible, because the one interesting thing is, if you actually look at the comparison of crypto markets versus, let me see here. So here is, let's do this, BTC USD, right? Let's go to hourly. Let me turn this VWAP off. Okay, so if you look at the hourly, right, structure from basically the middle of June for BTC, or let's just say, from this point onward, okay, so end of July, or close to the end of July, you can see BTC is just continuously trending down, versus over here, right, if you look at end of July, this is just trending up. So this is how the US equity markets look, trending up, and this is how BTC looks, kind of, trending down. And this is not really a good sign, because what this tells me is that there's not really that much interest in BTC or in crypto. There might be too much caution being exercised in the crypto asset class, because investors may not feel like there's a risk on bid or a reason to get into crypto right now, because the upside is so, it might be capped, or the macro environment, whether the dollar going up, whether the non-pharma payrolls coming out positive, whether the Fed's saying that they're probably going to continue hiking, all these things I think are telling us that we have to be cautious about the crypto markets. Now, I personally think that what BTC, at least near term, showed, especially last night, is it showed a resilience to break this low. So all this liquidity right here, and all these stops that you see, all those got swept, right? And then price had maybe 2 or 3, or maybe like 4 or 5 hours of accumulation down here, and then quickly jumped up. And what that tells me is, okay, we jumped up after sweeping this liquidity back inside this trend line. So the market is maybe not ready to break down just yet. The market might actually want to trade up however high it wants to go, whether it's here and then break down, whether it's here and then possibly break down. I don't quite know. But what I do know is it doesn't want to break down yet in the crypto markets, okay? And we see this, from a visibility standpoint from last night, right? We saw last night around the late US hours, evening hours, that the market, or was it? I think it was like somewhere around here. Can't quite tell exactly where it happened. I think this was a drop, right? Where am I? Sorry, I can't read these charts properly right now. Okay, I think this is probably it, somewhere around here. This is from yesterday, right? This is so this is August 4th. So this is where the market dropped yesterday evening, where this drop happened right here, right? So about, US, New York time, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., all around here, and then popped up late into the evening session, like in the Asian hours, okay? So what that means is, as we go to this chart, we see everything rebounded. So why is that important? Well, it's important because when the market as a whole gets bid up, that means that liquidity was definitely everywhere, right? It wasn't just concentrated in Bitcoin. It wasn't just concentrated in Ethereum. It was a market-wide move. And it could have been the fact that, I don't know, maybe a good amount of sellers or shorts got trapped here. I don't think the alts looked like that. So I don't think there were a whole lot of shorts to squeeze on the alts, but it looked good for the market as a whole to move up together. You can look at BTC making this move like this. You can look at, something like AVAX also coming off, or is it? AVAX also coming off this little low right here, or even this low right here. You could see, let me see here, Ethereum put in this higher low structure right there, right? And making the big push. You can see Matic was sitting around this area yesterday evening and made that big pop. So a lot of these assets, they popped in a very nice way. And now we need to just see continuation. It's not just enough that you make a small pop and then you just retrace all that, because that's not good at all. That would mean that the market is way more bearish, and that even this pop can get erased to the downside. So you definitely do not want that. So I need to see how the rest of the day is going to pan out. Hopefully this little consolidation on Matic or other alts, hopefully this leads to higher prices. So I've decided to take on some long positions in a couple of assets. I've mentioned them for Advantage members here in the 5K account. Obviously, like I said, I'm trading on Bitget. They have a futures trading competition. If you're a great trader, you want to make some money, you can make, some really good money and really great prizes that they have to offer. Okay, so make sure you all sign up on Bitget. My link is below. I've been partnered with them for the last month or so. I've been using their exchange for the last 2 months. I enjoy their exchange. I mean, the fact that you're getting so many rewards, so many different airdrops, so many different loyalty reward opportunities and volume opportunities, it is quite fantastic to be on an exchange where you actually get rewarded for trading or rewarded for your volume. So anyway, check it out. And obviously do your own research, do your own due diligence, okay? So that's kind of where I am right now with the overall market. Obviously looking at strong assets, near huge pop, Ethereum, pretty decent pop in my opinion. As long as I see Ethereum, Ethereum, if it could stay above this level right here, which is obviously previous capped resistance, we need to move away from this level, right? Like you can't just pop, reverse, and then reverse back in. That's not good at all. So we need to see Ethereum hold above, let's just say 1700. If it can stay above 1700, I'm going to add to my longs. okay? Because I see this as nothing but a retest, and I don't see any reason why we cannot go back towards, go back towards this key high right here. It may be as high as, $1,950, $2,000 up here. For BTC, again, we want to see daily strength, right? So far, daily strength is not bad. We had about a 7 or 8 day decline. All these candles tell me that a lot of pressure, but no big size candles like these or like these. The way the market kind of moved down is telling me that there's an opportunity for the bulls. If they really catch the bears off guard, this can just squeeze up really fast, really hard. Okay, and you'd be surprised how fast we might make our way towards 25, 26, 28,000, way the heck up here. Okay, so Bitcoin, again, we want Bitcoin to lead the market as a whole on the way up. That is where we often see a healthy market. When you see random altcoins like Matic or Cardano or Polkadot or even Matic or Rune, even Ethereum per se, right? Like that is not really a market-wide breadth that you want to get behind. A market-wide breadth is what we saw last night, which was as BTC began its move, so did the rest of the alts. From this point on, right here, BTC started to move, and so did other altcoins on the way up. All right, that's really all I have, folks. Just want to keep an analysis short and sweet. The flow overall, I think, looks decent. I'm not seeing anything particularly scary or, something that, is kind of making me paranoid. I think all looks decent. We now need just continuation, okay? We need to hold above 23,000. We need to stay above this trend line. Definitely, we do not want to visit this 22,600 low like at all. You want to create a meaningful higher low and begin the movement up. If we look at the ES, if you look at this VWAP that I have, this is a yearly VWAP. Again, the yearly VWAP is coming pretty damn close to the S&P 500, which is around 4,200 points. I think personally, we're going to head towards this VWAP, whether by tonight or the US session closes, or probably by next week, in which case that could mean, more positive upside for crypto. Okay, at least like, near term. Okay, cool. That's really about it. I don't really have anything else on my heat map data. We definitely see a lot of sellers and new, short positions going in or closure of longs. This, in my opinion, is good right here. You want to see longs close it out. You want to see shorts, get built up here, in which case, once this squeezes up, right, these might start getting squeezed out. The CBD delta right here, okay, you want this to start trending up, and then you want open interest to build as well. Okay, that would show us a meaningful turnaround happening in the market, and then we can aim for 24, 25, and beyond. All right, that's it. That's all I got, everybody. Again, make sure y'all check out Bitget, where I trade regularly. I host my 5K trading competition there. My Advantage members, who are, again, members who hang out in our Discord, have been with us for the last several years, and they truly enjoy the content, as well as the amount of work and videos that I put up for members in terms of analysis. Come join. That's it. That's all I got. Good luck, everybody. Take care. Cheers.